Hold
Back
on.
up.
Hi, Alexis. What are we doing? It says you are live.
Live. We're live, Mom.
We are live.
Yeah, you can back up from the camera
Okay.
just a little
Hi
bit.
there.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
And smile. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Alexis, introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Alexis Rose.
And I'm Moira Rose, and I am here because of Triumph Theater's wonderful event that is happening tonight. And I am here on behalf of the president of Triumphant Theater. And I just want to say thank you all for dedicating your time to tonight to celebrate with us.
That's really good, Mom. Keep it up.
Thank you so much. All right. So, if you don't know anything about Triumphant Theater, it is a student group at UNC Greensboro, and it is a little student organization that is just built for people to have fun and create art and do theater. Am I doing right, Alexis?
Yes, that's great, Mom. Keep it up.
Can anyone see me?
Yes, they can all see you. You can back away from the camera just a little bit.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Smiles on.
Smile.
But before we start this little shindiggy show, I would like to take a moment to be serious. Hello, everybody. My name is Faulkner Alexander, and I am the president of Triumph Theater.
Hi, everyone.
This is Carla, the vice president of Triumph Theater. Thank you all for chiming in and watching this. We had such a fun time getting this put together and collaborating with people outside of our own university. We had people from across the state and a couple outside of the country who submitted plays for us to read through. And there was a lot of good writing that we received and a lot of creativity, which made it very hard because we received about 50 submissions and we have a top 3. So it was a bit stressful trying to pick the right ones, but we ended up with a great group of actors and some really great scripts. But before we get started, I want to address some very serious issues that the rest of our world is facing right now. This year has been unlike any other, with a pandemic ravaging our country and a powerful election just around the corner. And that's why we are here virtually tonight instead of out trick-or-treating with our families or out partying, because we want to prevent any further spread of COVID-19. Recently, the United States surpassed about 9 million COVID-19 cases and had a single day report of 100,000 COVID-19 cases. So we want to invite you to continue to fight this virus with us by continuing to wear your mask and practicing social distancing, so that way we can get back into our communities. Our country's election day is also right around the corner. It is 3 days away, and our country's election depends, or our country's future depends on this election. And Triumph Theater is proud to say that we support Joe Biden, as many of our members and our closest colleagues' rights depends on the changes that he will be able to start if elected president. So if you have not, please vote and look to your families and friends to see what help that they may need. We are so happy to have you here, and thank you again for spending Halloween with us virtually. We want to wish you a safe Halloween. And now, let's get this little shindig on the road, Alexis.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Okay,
Let's
Mom,
go
away from the camera.
away from
You
the
can
camera.
back up a little bit, Mom.
What? Oh, haha, bye.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello, hello.
My name is Jade Young, and I am a representative from Triumph Theater, and I'll be one of your hosts tonight. And our other host is a part of Adenton Productions.
That's right, Jade. I'm Randall Simmons, and on behalf of Triumph Theater and Adenton Productions, we'd like to welcome you to the 48-hour Bake-Off Halloween edition. Spooky,
yes.
Spooky, spooky.
We first would like to wish you all a happy Halloween, and we'd like to thank you all for coming and supporting our organizations. We'd also like to thank our guest judges, Janet Allard, Sarah Hankins, Miriam Kindle, Natalie Sewell, and Aaron Spear for giving us their time to judge all of your submissions and help us bring this event to life. And of course, we'd like to thank all the writers and actors who've shared their talents with us.
Now, before we get started, we do just have a few announcements.
Yes, don't forget to post your costumes on Instagram and Twitter with the hashtag Try48Hour on your social media to participate in our costume contest. The winner, who will be announced tonight, will receive a $15 gift card to either our local Tate Street Coffee House or Target. Greensboro's very own Slices by Tony is also having an awesome deal tonight for UNC Greensboro students. $2 off of any whole large pizza, $4.99 for any 2 slices, and $5.99 for any 2 slices and a drink. All you need to do is just show up and say Triumph Theater sent you and show your valid UNCG student ID.
Honestly, that sounds pretty great. I really wish I was in Greensboro to get that today. And I also can't wait to see everyone's costumes. Again, the hashtag that you want to use is hashtag TRI 48 hour, just HR. And Adenton also has a little announcement about an upcoming film we are making called Mothman, which Jade just so happens to be a huge part of as well. Mothman, an anti-hate superhero comedy, has concluded filming and is now heading into post-production. And if you haven't heard about it, here's a quick summary. It's 2020, and the student government election is in full swing. After the death of Eric Fulson, a Tri Kappa fraternity pledge, there is a spike in the polls for Bradley Holden, the president of Tri Kappa. Ronnie Reed discovers that Holden is using the death of Fulson to garner sympathy as he rigs the polls against his opponent, Veronica Moore. With the election quickly approaching, Ronnie realizes that he must create the vigilante alter ego Mothman and, much like a moth, find the light in the darkness to defeat the political injustice on his campus. The entire Adenton team is so thankful for the support and love that we have received during this process, and we cannot wait to share what's next for Mothman. To keep up to date with Adenton Productions, like and subscribe our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram. And we're also on Facebook at Adenton Productions as well.
Yes, please check out their social media. Now, before we read the winning plays, we'd like to begin the bake-off by explaining the competition itself.
Yes, each one of the participants had about 48 hours to write a short play that has to include 5 key ingredients in the writing. And those chosen ingredients were someone gets scared, a glow stick, a school mascot, dying nature, losing something, and an extra credit ingredient, a pumpkin.
Yes. Each piece was then sent to our first panel of judges, who sent their top selections to our second panel of readers, who then chose our final 3. After each play, we will have a Q&A little session with the writer, actors, and director.
And you all watching can actually take part in the event by leaving your questions for the actors, directors, or playwrights and anyone else in the comments of their live streams you are currently viewing, or tweet it to us at Triumph Theater.
All right. Now we'd love to go ahead and get the show on the road and introduce our first piece of the night. Open by Crystal Allen follows a group of friends who ditch their school dance to play a game, but it doesn't end exactly how they planned.
The cast includes Sebastian Newlin as Boston, Josh Anderson as Leo, Zykiera Wilson as Janae, Nicole Romero as Claire, and Carla Fuller as Mascot, with Emma Chapman reading the stage directions.
The scene opens with a group of teens, Janae, Claire, Boston, Leo, and the school's mascot running on stage, out of breath and laughing. They are dressed in Halloween costumes with colored glow sticks in hand.
Hello, everybody. Bear with us. The program is freezing up on other actors' ends, and that was expected with technology doing what it does nowadays. So give us one quick second before we can introduce our first play.
Faulkner, you're muted.
Are you talking to us, Faulkner? You can't.
So we will be back after a brief technology issue that is occurring.
Faulkner, you're muted.
to say.
Hello, everybody, and sorry about that. We have our actors here, and once I leave the screen, we're going to start over from the top with our beautiful stage directions, and then we will get a go on. Thank you so much for bearing with us. Technology has not been on our side recently, and everyone has different Wi-Fi connections. My computer is even starting to yell at me. We appreciate your patience.
The scene opens with a group of teens, Janae, Claire, Boston, Leo, and the school's mascot, running on stage and laughing. They are dressed in Halloween costumes, with colored glow sticks in hand.
Yeah, besides, we're wearing costumes. He's never gonna know it was us.
Austin,
Huh?
are you wearing your Letterman jacket? You know, the one with your name on the back?
Boston turns around. His back is facing the audience and struggles to look over his shoulder. In big, bold letters, it reads, "Boss Man." Everyone begins to shout in unison.
Come on.
Are you kidding me right now? Dude, that one brain cell you got is fucked.
Ridiculous. You are absolutely ridiculous.
Told you he's been hitting the head so many times. You need a thicker helmet.
All right, I get it. My bad. I mean, he'll only know it's me. You guys should be clear.
Leo and Janae look at each other.
Bro, there are like 4 black people in this whole school.
We are half the population.
And we eat lunch with you every day.
So if I had to guess...
Look, as long as we're back before the dance is over, we should be fine. I mean, he only followed us into the hall. I don't think he saw where we went. If he can't find us, he can't give us attention. Right?
Who knows? Anyway, that's what we came here for.
Boston points to a small fire pit center stage. It is surrounded by worn down logs.
Voila!
They all stare at it silently. Boston's smile slowly fades as he looks around at everyone.
You didn't bring any matches, did you?
Bro, shut up! Why are you even here?
We've known each other for 3 years.
You drive us home every day.
You invited me to your birthday party.
He ate that whole bag of mushrooms so you wouldn't get in trouble.
I had to get my stomach pumped.
Oh shit, was that you? Not gonna lie, man. Sometimes I forget who you are under there.
Fair.
Boston walks over to the fire pit and sits down on the center log.
Come on, we're already here. It's not even that cold. Who needs a fire when you have global warming?
Everyone walks over and sits down. Leo and Janae are sitting next to each other. Claire and the mascot are across from them.
I get global warming and all, but you guys notice that everything is dead, but just right. Those trees, grass, none. Oh, but there's a little flower, nice dead.
God, we about to get into some white people shit right now.
Legend has it that they used to burn witches right in this spot. The last one who was burned was said to have cursed this land. They called her Nurse because she took care of all the women in the town, and everyone under her care seemed to get better, almost like magic. One day, Nurse was called to check on the priest's mother, who was on her deathbed. He begged her to help in any way she could. 2 days later, she was walking through the town like nothing had ever happened. That same night, the priest led a mob right to her front door. Apparently, he had already gotten the town doctor to check her out, and he said that... So obviously, she had to be a witch if she healed her. They snatched her from her bed, and they dragged her right to the spot and burned her. They say they would tell everyone to close their eyes until the screaming stopped. But in this case, when everyone opened their eyes, she was gone, and this was left in her wake.
Leo stands up.
Awesome story, man. Now let's go.
We haven't even gotten to the game yet.
Why is there always a game?
Look, I don't believe in witches, but I've been wrong too many times to risk it.
It's fine. I promise you guys. Kid in class told me him and his friends tried it and they were fine.
He pats down his pockets looking for something.
He gave me instructions, but I can't seem to find it. Leo, can you sit back down?
Leo continues to stand for a second before reluctantly sitting back down.
I'm dipping if some spooky shit goes down. I'm not playing with you.
Chill. Okay, now the game works only if everyone follows the rules. When I count to 3, everyone closes their eyes. Think about one person in the group. It's like a vote off the island kind of deal. And when you open them, they disappear. Once there is 2 people, whoever remains wins the game. Then they close their eyes, and when they open them, everyone comes back. Easy.
No.
No way in hell.
Come on! It's obviously not real. It's just a game.
Monopoly. That's a game. What's the other one with the colors? Candy fucking Land. Now that's a game. This shit, not a game.
Agreed.
Boston takes a deep breath.
Guys, it's Halloween. It's the one time of year where we are supposed to do scary shit. Nothing's going to happen. I promise.
I don't know, man.
For once, can you guys just trust me? I'm not dumb, you know.
It's not that we think you're dumb. It's just, well, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm in.
Me too.
Thanks, Claire. You guys in?
Janae and Leo both take out their phones. They begin to aggressively text back and forth. Their conversation isn't heard, but the group watches their facial expressions back and forth. They finish texting and turn back to the group.
We're in.
Reluctantly.
That's still a yes, and I'll take it. Okay. Are y'all ready?
The group nods uncertainly.
Perfect. Okay. On 3, everyone closes their eyes and thinks of someone to disappear. I think this first round is going to be super easy. 1, 2, 3.
The stage goes black. The stage lights come back on. Everyone is still sitting in their spot, but Claire is now gone with only a glow stick in her spot.
Oh my god. Claire? Claire!
Who didn't think of...
You don't even know my name, do you?
Janae, irritated and scared.
Stop it, guys. I'm not into this anymore. Claire!
Guys, we have to keep going. I told you the rules.
Okay, stop fucking with us, man. Claire, come on, it's not funny. We're leaving.
I'm not fucking with you. I didn't think it would work.
Then think of me.
What? No, we're done.
No, I'm proving this isn't real. Close your eyes. Boston is down.
Jay.
I don't know what.
Janae, I don't think this is a good idea.
Okay. 1,
Count.
2, 3.
The stage goes black again. Stage lights turn back on. This time, Janae is gone, and her glow stick is in her spot. Leo jumps
Jay?
up. He looks around frantically before turning back to Boston.
Bro, what the fuck is going on here?
Hey guys, I'm actually getting a little freaked out. Can you tell them to come back now?
Boston, still in shock.
I thought it was just a game. I don't know where they are. I swear.
You're the one who got us into this. What do you mean you don't know?
Boston gradually begins to panic.
I mean, I thought it was just a game. When Claire disappeared, I thought she was playing along, but I don't think Janae would have gone anywhere unless...
Unless what?
Unless the game was real.
They all stare at each other in silence.
Okay, then. You're next.
What?
You're next! You said we have to do it until there's only one of us, and I don't trust you. Count it down. Count.
1, 2, 3.
The stage lights go out. The stage lights come back on. The glow stick remains in Boston's spot. Only Leo and the mascot remain.
Fuck.
Let's just get it over with. Can you count?
Hey, if it's me, can you just let my mom know? I don't want her to not know, you know?
Same here. Good luck, man.
You too. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
The stage goes black once more. A total of 4 glow sticks surround the fire pit. The mascot looks around at them for a minute, oddly calm. After a minute, the mascot stands up, taking a piece of paper out of their pocket and placing it on Boston's glow stick. The mascot takes a step back, starts whistling, and walks off slowly. The end.
That was absolutely great, y'all. Thank you for bringing that amazing script to life. Now we are going to go right into our Q&A portion. So this is a question for any of the actors. What was your favorite line of dialogue from the play?
Let's see if everyone catches up. Sorry.
Okay. Favorite line of dialogue? I think Candy Fucking Land. It's not mine, but that one's...
Yeah.
It definitely just pops out at you.
That whole line that, like, where he's talking about games, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
For sure.
Honestly, a lot of Leo's lines, period.
Yeah.
For sure. It definitely made me cackle.
I liked Janae telling Boston he needs a thicker helmet.
So another question for any of the actors who would like to respond, or Emma for reading stage directions. What was it like to work on a piece like this quickly? Something that you just kind of got thrown to you. How was that process for you guys?
It was definitely like spontaneous. I've done something like this before where you just get a play and you have to do it like in a day. Obviously there's more restrictions and limitations because of COVID and everything, but I still think we can still like pull it off. And I think it did go well, even though like we did hits maybe some like technical errors, but like I feel like if we just kept doing it over and over, like maybe if this started become tradition during like maybe like a holiday season thing, like if COVID is still going on, I think it could progress even more.
Alrighty, and one more question, and it's for you who read the stage directions. What was the most difficult part about doing that?
I mean, it's not that hard, but sometimes I need to pause for the actors, and sometimes I come in a little bit early, but it's honestly some kind of easy and fun.
For sure, heck yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Thank everyone for the questions. In case you missed it earlier, don't forget to check out Mothman to keep up with Adenington Productions. And follow us on Instagram at Adenington Productions, and also like us on Facebook at Adenington Productions as well. And we're on Twitter too at Adenington Prod.
Hello, everyone. We're going to start getting our second group ready. Something happened with the two hosts being removed, but we're going to get them back on here, and they're going to present some more information for you. And then our second group will be ready for a go.
All right, everyone. And don't forget to post your costumes with the hashtag TRI48, like the numbers 48, then our HR on your social media for a chance to win our costume contest. And don't forget also, Slices by Tony is having an awesome deal tonight. $2 off of any whole large pizza, $4.99 for 2 slices, and $5.99 for any 2 slices and a drink. All you need to do is show up and say that Triumph Theater sent you and have a valid UNCG ID.
All right, so now we're going to go ahead and welcome our next group for the reading of the second winner's piece, which is entitled Healthy New Habits, written by Rachel Carnes, directed by Faulkner and Carla Fuller. The cast includes Silver George as Dee, Elliot Curtis as Larry, with Emma Chapman reading the stage directions again.
Healthy New Habits, a play. The characters we have are Dee, a therapist woman, old enough to be wise, flowy counselor thing, chunky beads, etc. And then we have Larry, a killer clown, like fully costumed, with face paint, wigs, big gloves. Scary as shit. The setting is Larry's therapist appointment, either in person or telemedicine, depending on your plans. Time, afternoon. Autumnal light finds Dee unwrapping lunch and Larry knitting.
Hello, everyone. Another technical issue has arisen with a connection, but again, we appreciate your patience through this. It was very expected for technology to go astray on us, because that's what technology does best. But I'm going to hop on and see if we can get on over, and if their connection has gone through now, and here they are.
Autumnal light finds Dee unwrapping lunch and Larry knitting.
Hi, Larry. How are you today?
Fine.
Okay.
Not fine. Fine. What do the French say?
Do you mind if I eat my sandwich?
Comme ci, comme ça?
It's been back-to-back appointments. And
I was supposed to visit Paris this year.
clients are so high needs right now.
I have the travel guide on my nightstand.
When am I supposed to find some time for me?
I had a whole plan to see the entire city in 3 days.
Oh, days. Wow. I have problems.
Arc de Triomphe, the Louvre, the Tower Eiffel.
D-sips.
I don't think they gave me diet soda. I asked for diet soda.
Do you think I'll get there?
Get where?
Paris.
D-eats.
This BLT is just so good.
I downloaded a language app. I'm sorry, but is it normal to eat during a therapy session?
Absolutely giant bite.
Before all of this, I was a vegetarian, but F that.
You told me last time to get a hobby. I started knitting, and I'm learning French.
They forgot my cookie. I ordered a cookie.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Larry, et je veux te taire. C'est rien de personnel.
Oh, you just asked me for directions, right?
I'm a clown. I said I'm going to kill you. It's nothing personal.
Larry, I wish you wouldn't call yourself a clown. We talked about your negative self-talk.
But I am a clown.
Think a good thought.
I'm in Paris, late at night, and I'm walking along the Seine, and I see a person,
and you say, hello.
Bonjour.
I am Larry.
Je suis Larry, et je suis un shape-shifting clown monster.
Let's try something friendlier. Maybe ask, where is the Jardin du Plantes?
I don't ask them how to get to France's iconic botanical gardens. I scare them, and then I kill them.
You need to develop some healthy new habits. Goji berries, water yoga.
I've been trying to learn to knit, and I can't even get this right.
Larry, I think this need to kill people stems from your low self-esteem.
I'm fine.
Tell me about your childhood.
I was whelped in a box. I ate metal springs for breakfast.
What about high school? Were those cheery times?
I tried out for football.
That's great, Larry.
But they didn't pick me.
I'm sorry. It must have been competitive.
They said I could be the mascot. The Springfield Clowns.
Larry, it's really important that you come up out of this personal sabotage.
Our mascot before was an ear of corn, so they voted to change it and they gave me the job.
That's great, Larry.
Until...
Let's maybe circle back to killing Parisians for a second.
It's homecoming. The leaves are turning yellow, decaying. It's a dark, cold night.
Sweater weather.
Huh?
Soup time. Pumpkin spice lattes. Fall is so cozy.
No. It's high school, and it's dark and spooky and cold, and I'm supposed to take the field.
Listen, facing our fears is our only real work in this life. That and learning to stuff a duvet.
I'm real nervous. I look up at my mom and dad in the stands, sharpening their knives, and
We have to learn to see our parents as real people with problems of their own.
I leap out onto the AstroTurf, and the crowds start to cheer. They're stomping their feet and clapping, and I'm running, which isn't easy in my big clown shoes, and I'm waving, and...
Larry, what's wrong? You're so quiet all of a sudden. You're safe here with me.
Then the opposing team, their mascot, a big rhubarb, does a handspring and yells at me.
What does he yell?
He waves his big rhubarb arms and says, "Hey, pumpkin, you don't scare me."
There are worse things.
Pumpkin? Me? I'm a scary clown. Look at my wig. This eye makeup. I'm not a gourd.
It is decorative gourd season, though, Larry. Don't you love them?
I want people to be afraid of me.
I use a glow stick to keep my jack-o'-lantern lit. Candles are too dangerous. Want to see it?
No.
Let me get it so you can see it.
I want children to run when they see me. I want mothers to panic. I want fathers to fear.
The first step in approaching deeper resilience is acknowledging our feelings.
I want to kill you. Je veux te tuer.
D shows Larry a scary jack-o'-lantern in the dark.
There. Look at that. See? A scary pumpkin. That rhubarb was just calling you a scary pumpkin.
Well, how am I supposed to knit a special one-of-a-kind item with these giant clown gloves?
Let's try saying, I have the power to change my mind.
I'm a projection of an extra-dimensional thing. I can't do handicrafts.
Repeat after me. Attempting to do this took courage, and I am proud of myself for trying.
Do you mean capturing errant victims and feeding on their souls, or this basket stitch?
Let's identify how often and what type of negative thinking, self-talk you engage in.
I used to feel fulfilled by eating people's memories, but now...
Look, this is hard. Lots of folks are struggling to enjoy the things that once gave them pleasure.
It's my fault.
You can't blame yourself.
I'm a bad clown.
Let's try not to see things only as good or bad.
No, like I'm a bad clown.
Magnifying your faults is only going to...
People fear me because they don't know what's going on behind the mask.
Interesting. Tell me more about the mask.
They see a painted face and a big smile, but they don't really know what I'm actually feeling.
So vulnerable, Larry. Let's spend some more time here.
I was just another nameless entity until I became evil.
You're not evil. We need to work on this concrete thinking.
I came here before the time of the dinosaurs, in an egg.
Okay, let's talk about maybe getting you some more support.
I didn't come from space either. I came through space.
Maybe try to focus on what's real and what's not.
I came here from the emptiness between dimensions. I float in the nothingness.
Yeah, and I miss my Pilates class. Any of us want is to feel normal, Larry.
But Paris?
It'll be there. And when we get through this, you can visit the City of Lights and
scare people and eat their souls.
Sure, Larry. And scare people and eat their souls.
There's a little part of me that hopes I can master a cable knit pattern before this all ends.
Hopefulness. Positive expectations. Great to see.
I just thought that a killer clown who can knit a sweater is even scarier, you know?
Same time next week?
End of play.
Healthy new habits. That was great, y'all. All right. Well, if the actors want to answer a couple questions, the first one is, if your character had a pet peeve or something that annoyed them more than anything else in the world, what would it be?
I guess I can start. Larry's biggest pet peeve would probably be people not taking him seriously about, like, being a clown, because in his head, that's who he is. That's not just a thing he does for fun. He is a clown, and that's who he is as a person.
Great. Well, what do you love most about your character then?
I like his sort of determination. Like, he's trying to learn how to knit and, like, speak French, and even though he does kind of, like, recognize that he's struggling, he doesn't want to, like, he doesn't stop. Like, especially at the end there when he voices his desire to, like, finish something.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Most definitely, I could see that. Well, speaking of things you like, do you see any similarities between you and your character?
Not really. Like, outside of both of us going to therapy.
Completely understand.
There's not a lot.
All right. Well, thank you guys for answering these questions.
Yep.
And we're going to go ahead and transition into our next portion.
Yep.
And on behalf of Adeniton, we would like to tell you to check out Mothman, and to keep up with Adeniton Productions, please check out their YouTube channel and follow them on Instagram at Adeniton Productions. That's spelled ADYNATONPRODUCTIONS. And like them on Facebook at Adeniton Productions. And now it is time for the final piece, Murder at Camp Red Pine, written by Parker Jenkins and directed by Faulkner and Carla Fuller.
And the cast includes for this Liam Healy as Counselor John, Carla Fuller as Leah, Bridget Welsh as Kennedy, Matthew Windsor as Alexander, Cole E. Talabani as Ricky, Rebecca Eller as Killer, Quinn Foster as Campers 1 and 3, and Crystal Allen as Campers 2 and 4, with Emma Chapman reading the stage directions.
All right, let's go right into it.
We open at Camp Red Pine, a sleepaway camp in the woods around the campfire. The stage is dark. After a moment, the ignitions of flames. Campers circle around a fire pit facing Counselor John. The fireside is adorned with soda cans, chocolate bar wrappers, and singed s'more sticks with gooey melted marshmallows still stuck on the tips. Campers gasp as Counselor John flicks on his flashlight underneath his chin to make his face, endowed with a very 80s-esque porn star mustache, look even scarier than it already is.
Gather round, children. Tonight might be your last.
He lets out a sinister laugh. A camper belches and leans over a log to vomit. Another camper moves to pat their back.
Jesus. Christopher, are you going to be okay?
The camper who puked nods very slowly. Counselor John's eyes.
Now, where were we? Right.
With even more emphasis this time.
Gather round, children. Tonight might be your last.
As if on cue, camper vomits yet again. A camper pats their back. After a moment, a pathetic sorry escapes from the camper's mouth.
Ugh.
Intriguingly, a sound one might associate with a flashback echoes behind Counselor John.
On a stormy night, long, long ago, 4 counselors found themselves lost in the never-ending woods behind Camp Red Pine.
Leah, Kennedy, Alexander, and Ricky enter the stage. It is raining. Leah carries a coat over her head. Alexander leads the group while holding a case of cheap beer.
Didn't you say you knew where this old cabin was, Alexander?
It should be just up ahead.
You said that twice within the last hour. Are we lost?
We're definitely not lost. Just a bit turned around.
Can we just head back to the cabin? I'm soaked and it's dark.
Don't be such a wimp, Ricky. Here, take this.
Leah cracks a glow stick. It's pink.
One of my
Shocker.
campers gave it to me earlier, but she smells, so I really don't want to touch it anymore.
Overtly flirty.
Now, Alex, hand me a beer.
Alexander hands Leah a beer. She cracks it open and starts to sip.
Counselor John, what's beer taste like?
Wheat bread and sadness, Emily. Now, don't interrupt me while I'm speaking.
The story continues.
Now, Leah, Alexander, Ricky, and Kennedy thought they were going to find the notorious former cabin of the Red Pine Killer, have a few beers, wrestle in the dark, but they were sorely mistaken.
Back in the story, Kennedy trips.
Ow! Damn it!
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Just twisted my ankle.
What did you trip on anyway?
Leah looks down at Kennedy's foot. In tandem, Leah and the counselor scream at the top of their lungs.
Ah!
The campers scream.
What did you find, Counselor John?
Yeah, was it a dead body?
No, children. It was something much worse. No, campers. It was something much worse.
Oh my god!
What?
What?
Leah holds up a dirty, torn jacket.
Who would ever wear this shade of green?
I'm going to kill her.
After a moment, Kennedy glances around.
Wait, guys, where's Ricky?
He was right behind me.
I can't find my phone. I think I lost it when I fell.
What?
My phone, it's not in my pocket.
Wait, mine is gone too.
Mine too. What the hell is going on?
As if on cue, Ricky screams off stage.
Ricky?
Ricky, where are you?
Ricky screams again, this time fainter than the last.
Guys, I think something really bad is going on.
Never would have guessed. Thanks, Sherlock.
Not getting the sarcasm.
You're welcome, sweetie.
Wait, so what happens to Ricky? Does Ricky die? I bet it's bloody too. Guts everywhere.
I'm not sure you are ready for the amount of blood that Ricky's body will spill.
Another camper screams and vomits.
Jesus Christ. Christopher, a third time?
Back in the story, Kennedy, Alexander, and Leah wander around the dark in the woods, searching for Ricky. They come upon a rotten, dying tree with Ricky's broken glasses sitting atop it.
Oh. Little did our characters know that Ricky was closer than they thought.
Hold up. These are Ricky's glasses.
Oh my god, is he dead?
Why would you assume that?
Out of the story, very meta of Leah, she speaks directly to Counselor John.
Because this is the most stereotypical horror story setup I've ever seen. He has to be dead.
Hey, stop shitting on my story.
Then don't make it so predictable.
It's not predictable. If it was, the slut would have been the first to die.
Counselor John, Alexander, and Kennedy flash knowing looks in Leah's direction.
Touche. Carry on.
Suddenly, our characters hear the snap of a twig behind them.
Counselor John snaps his finger. A twig snaps. Leah, Kennedy, and Alexander jump.
What was that?
It was probably just a twig.
Mockingly.
Soft words. Without warning, our killer charges into the scene, wielding the largest knife known to man.
The killer, dressed in black with a pumpkin, carved as a jack-o'-lantern, sitting over their face, charges in. They wield a very small butter knife. Kennedy, Alexander, and Leah scream.
I said, wielding the largest knife known to man.
The killer backs off stage, and Leah, Alexander, and Kennedy exchange confusing looks. After a moment, the killer returns with a very large butcher's knife. Kennedy, Alexander, and Leah scream.
A pumpkin on his head? That's kind of cheesy.
It's Halloween and you're all middle schoolers. It fits the theme.
Excuse me, I'm in 9th grade.
Wow, good for you. Now shut up and let me finish my story.
Which one of you is the jock?
Leah and Kennedy exchange glances and both point to Alexander.
Wait, hold on a minute.
The killer charges forward, shoving their knife deep into Alexander's neck. Blood goes everywhere, soaking Leah and Kennedy. Alexander screams and dies very dramatically.
Leah, run!
Leah and Kennedy bolt. The killer pulls their knife from Alexander's neck and chases them off stage.
Leah and Kennedy knew their time was limited. With Alexander and Ricky both dead, it was only a matter of time before the killer caught up to him.
Leah and Kennedy ran back on stage, panting. They stop and clutch each other.
I don't know if we're gonna make it out of this one.
Don't say that, Leah. We can still get out alive.
But what if we don't? There's so much I haven't done. I don't want to die before I live.
What do you mean?
I mean, this just can't be the end. Not here.
But we are here. Right now. Together, alone.
Together. Alone.
Leah reaches up and touches Kennedy's face gently.
Leah, what do you...
Shh. Leah kisses Kennedy. All the campers chime in with a collective ew. While they are kissing, the killer enters the stage, stops, and tilts their head. They're like, WTF, I'm about to kill you and you're making out? Classic horror. Kennedy and Leah stop kissing and look at each other.
Wow.
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 They scream.
Ah!
And just as the killer raises his knife to finish off his murder spree, the unexpected happens.
A camper stands up excitedly and interrupts.
Ricky runs in with a school mascot costume.
Wait, what?
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 Ricky runs in with the school mascot's costume on. It's covered in blood and guts.
Ah!
Leah and Kennedy scream.
Ah!
Ricky runs over to the killer and plunges a pocket knife into their back. The killer screams maliciously and falls to the ground. Ricky stands over the killer's dead body and, as dramatically as possible, says,
You think you can kill me, huh? Looks like this pumpkin got his candle snuffed for good.
All the campers groan.
Ricky, you saved us!
Oh my god, I thought that was the end for sure.
Wait, all three of them can't survive until the end. What kind of scary story is this?
I'm way ahead of you, kiddo.
Ricky turns around and stares at Kennedy and Leah. He breaks out a wicked grin and pulls the pocket knife from the killer's back.
If only the story had a happy ending.
Ricky fishes out the pink glow stick that Leah gave him earlier.
You might need this. It's dark in those woods and I run fast.
Ricky, what do you mean?
Ricky raises a knife and charges at the two girls.
Shit!
Ricky lets out a blood-curdling laugh scream. Leah and Kennedy scream. And run off stage. Ricky follows them. Their screams echo off stage behind Counselor John's final lines.
Sometimes the true killer is closer than you think.
He reaches behind the log he is sitting on and reveals a pumpkin mask and a butcher's knife.
Don't worry. I'll give you all a head start.
The campers scream. Counselor John laughs maliciously and and throws water at the campfire, extinguishing it. Blackout. End of play.
And that was our final play that we would be producing tonight for a beautiful read through. And we are going to get our host reconnected and moved in here to start our Q&A. Just give us one moment while the Wi-Fi reconnects. Let's see what's going on here. Give me one moment. Oh, look. See, there we go. We have one loading now. Well, that was anticlimactic, wasn't it? Let's see here. There we are. There is our awesome host, Jade, and we need Randall to connect here too. Anyway, Jade, thank you. Randall, there you are. I love it. Oh, great. So what's next, you two?
All right, we're going to transition into our final Q&A portion. All right. So first question for any of the actors I would like to come back and answer. Besides this, of course, play, what's your favorite stage production or musical or TV show? If any of you would like to answer that one.
I'd say my favorite stage show is probably either Macbeth or Hamlet. Macbeth or Hamlet.
Nice. Alrighty.
Nice. Anyone else want to answer that one, or we want to move on to the next question?
I was in a play, a student-written play called The Diversity Project with my college campus a couple of years ago, and that was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, so our next question, and again, we can throw this to any one of our actors who's still here. Go ahead and tell me what your favorite or your biggest challenge about this role was. What was your biggest challenge in this role?
I'd say probably fitting a lot into a really short amount of time and working around a play that, while didn't have a lot of pages because it is a 10-page play, trying to fit as much of a character as possible into a short amount of time to kind of leave the audience with some kind of impression of who this person could be.
Yeah, that can definitely be a little difficult if you're just dealing with something that only has just a little tiny bit of content. You know, sometimes it can be hard to put aside a whole character. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's completely understandable. But given that, what are some of the benefits or like exciting parts about doing production on Zoom like this?
I think something that we talked about from the beginning was just like having fun and like throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks and that whole mantra.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Taking it easy.
Definitely. All right. And we can wrap up with one more question. So I'm just interested for pretty much anyone who wants to comment. What was your favorite ingredient in that scene? Out of all the ingredients that were used, what do you think added the most, or what was the most fun for you? What do you think?
I like the. Oh, you can go ahead.
Okay. I like the touch with the school mascot costume, how like Ricky just randomly like enters the scene and it kind of just like switches gears of like the play. I really like that portion.
For
sure. I think that element also helps with like the storytelling aspect of like Counselor John's storytelling, because this is obviously a story that has like changed over time, over years. And I think that adds to that element in this art that's already in the story.
For sure. Well, thank you guys so much for answering our questions and for reading for us and showing us your beautiful work.
Yeah, thanks everyone for the questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. We are going to transition into our conclusion. We would like to thank everybody for coming out and supporting our organizations. We would also like to thank our guest judges one more time: Janet Allard, Sarah Hankins, Miriam Kuykendall, Natalie Sewell, and Aaron Spear. Thank you all for giving us your time to judge all of the people's submissions. And of course, we would like to thank all the writers and actors who've shared their talents with us tonight and were willing to come out and spend your Halloween with us. And we would also like to thank Adinatin for collaborating with us. Thank you, Randall, for co-hosting with me on this event.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's been a pleasure. We had a great time helping you guys put this together. We want to just go ahead and again talk to you a little bit about our last project that Adinatin just finished. Again, it's called Mothman. So Mothman, an anti-hate superhero comedy, is finished filming and now headed into post-production. Again, if you haven't heard about it, we're going to wrap up with a quick summary here for you. So it's 2020, and the student government election is in full swing. And after the death of Eric Fulson, a Tri Kappa fraternity pledge, there's a spike in the polls for Bradley Holden, the president of Tri Kappa. Ronnie Reed discovers that Holden is using the death of Fulson to garner sympathy as he rigs the polls against his opponent, yours truly, Veronica Moore. With the election quickly approaching, Ronnie Reed realizes that he must create the vigilante alter ego Mothman and, much like a moth, find the light in the darkness to defeat the political injustice on his campus. The entire team at Adinatin is so thankful for the support and love that we have received during this process, and we can't wait to share what's next for Mothman. To keep up with Adinatin Productions, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram at Adinatin Productions and like us on Facebook, again, at Adinatin Productions. And we're also on Twitter at Adinatin Prod, P-R-O-D. We are currently also, just to say this out loud, we're holding an open casting call for our upcoming web series, Hawthorne. If you'd like to audition for that or apply for that, please just contact us on social media. We'll be happy to get you set up with the proper avenues to do that. And one last thing, again, with the costume contest, please don't forget, if you haven't already, posting your hashtag try48hour HR, try48hour HR. That costume contest, the winner is going to be announced on our social medias in about an hour. So stay tuned and best of luck to everyone. Again, the winner of that, I believe, is going to receive a $15 gift card. Is that right, Jade?
Yes, $15 gift card.
Absolutely.
So please submit your costumes and use the hashtag. And all right, we'd like to thank you all again for your support and your participation in this event. If you want to stay up to date on all of our future events, please follow us on Instagram at UNCG Triumph Theater Company. Thank you all for coming out tonight, and I'd like to give it back to our president.
Unfortunately, the president couldn't be here right now because they were busy doing something else, but it is me, the Moira Rose, known for the Crows and the Crows 2. So thank you all very, very much for being here tonight on this spectacular and intriguing, very different Halloween. We hope to see you at our future events. And again, I believe the account you can follow is at UNCG Triumph Theater Company on Instagram. So go give it a go, stay up to date, and don't be afraid to tell your friends to follow us. Mine have already done so. The entire original cast of The Crows has already followed UNCG Triumph Theater, so why hasn't you? Thank you, and have a spoopendicular really good night.